All right, welcome back to Ozarks Live. Okay, so last night was Oprah Winfrey's bombshell interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Has a lot of people talking. Tom has been talking about this interview for weeks. He had popcorn popped. He was sitting there like just waiting, couldn't wait to hear every word they said. I asked him this morning, I'm like, did you watch? He's like, no. So, but did you even read about it at all?
How could you not? If you open your eyes and look at a computer or a TV or anything, someone was talking about it. Somebody was talking about it, and it's like all the PR did not make me go, ooh, I need to watch that.
I can't wait.
It just didn't.
You know you're going to go home and get the DVR and be like, I got to see what they're talking about. All right, but before we take a look at what you guys had to say, take a quick look at a little bit of the interview.
So I just want to say that I called you either February or March 2018 before the wedding, asking, would you please give me an interview? And you said, I'm sorry, it's not the right time. And finally, we get to sit down and have this conversation.
Well, I remember that conversation very well. I wasn't even allowed to have that conversation with you personally, right? There had to be people from the comments sitting there. Everything was...
There were other people in the room when I was having that conversation.
Yeah,
you turned me down nicely and said, perhaps there will be another time when there's the right time. What is right about this time?
Well, so many things that we're on the other side of a lot of life experience that's happened, and also that we have the ability to make our own choices in a way that I couldn't have said yes to you then. That wasn't my choice to make. So as an adult who lived a really independent life, to then go into this construct that is different than I think what people imagine it to be, it's really liberating to be able to have the right and the privilege in some ways to be able to say yes, I'm
and to
I'm
say
ready
it
to
for
talk.
yourself.
To say it for yourself.
And not to have to consult with anybody at this point.
Yeah, to be able to just make a choice on your own and just be able to speak for yourself.
Any thoughts at all on what she said just then? There's a lot more than that.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there is. And with things like this, I really do want to hear both sides of a story, so at least I can hear how it's all put together. I mean, you know, part of me thinks that if you married into the Kennedy family or the Trump family or the Rockefellers, there would be a lot of, you know, you can and can't do this.
How does this work? Yeah.
Yeah, how does it work? And I'm not saying that, you know, she's making stuff up. I really am not. But I don't know enough about it to really give an opinion.
Well, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I suggested The Windsors on my watch list, the CNN documentary. And all I'm going to say is the drama continues. This, you know, throughout history, there has been one scandal, one thing after the next, and this is a big deal.
Well, you have to remember in the past, the kings chopped off his wife's heads.
Yeah, things happened. There was abdication, and then there was...
so there were all kinds of things.
So there's been all sorts of things. So the drama continues here. All right, we're going to see what some of you all had to say about the interview. We put it on the Facebook page. Becky says she respects Meghan and Harry for calling out the blatant racism that they dealt with. That is very much a topic of the conversation. And it talks about Meghan being biracial, and I'm not gonna, if you haven't seen it, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but there are some pretty incendiary discussions about that. Ted Baker says, read that one for me, Tom.
Didn't watch, could not care less. Maybe if they got a job, I might feel differently, but still, the life of privilege continues. And you're going to have to read the rest of them because I just about cracked my neck.
Because now you can't put your neck back where it used to be. Chuck and Pam Taylor said, didn't watch it, but I've always felt sorry for anyone in the public eye, even local officials, but especially royalty, for having to live their lives under that finely tuned microscope. I exactly see what you mean. Yeah. Suzanne Halpin says, I did not watch. If they truly want to step away from public life and scrutiny, why do they do this type of interview? Very good point.
Yeah. Patty says, It was interesting. It was sad that they felt the need to defend themselves. The truth always has a way of coming out.
Suzanne Brewer says she did watch it. She wishes them the best. She's proud of Prince Harry for making the choice that he did for his family. Harry strikes me as someone who will go to the end of the earth for his family. I know he was very close to his mother, Diana, and Diana went through some terrible times.
Yes.
All of them did, if you consider what they've lived through, especially when that happened with Diana.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think he's very sensitive to it. And he feels a sense of duty, but he also feels a sense of duty to his family.
Right.
You know?
It makes me also want to ask the question, is it the family or the institution? I don't know. Again, I haven't watched enough.
Yeah. Pop the popcorn, go home.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's interesting, Tom. It's not a bad couple hours.
Okay, up next, boxing is taking the Ozarks Live virtual stage by storm.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this performance. We'll be right back.